People, Deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. Now, quick one, we're not going to be here long. Matteo Guendouzi has been linked with a move to Villereal. Obviously, Villarreal's new manager is Unai Emery. So, yeah, like I said, we're not going to be here long. Now, we know Guendouzi. My personal opinion is that Arteta likes him. Arteta has a place for him in the side. But it's a thing where, you know, he's someone he's heard has had discipline problems before he came to Arsenal throughout his time here. And, you know, I'm not saying he's a disruptive character or figure, but it just, from what we see as fans, it just seems like he's had enough in it. Like, it gets like that as a manager. And that's probably the scariest thing. It's like players, and obviously there's been, you know, managers will persist and persist and persist, but at some point you're going to lose their confidence. And I think Arteta's just had enough. You know, it's like all his ability in the world don't mean nothing for him if he's going to be a disruptive figure, if he's not going to handle himself in this sort of way, or if he's just going to be a constant problem, like a constant throbbing toothache. Like, Arteta has a bag of things to worry about, a bag of things to work on as a club, you know, let alone consistently have to think about Guendouzi. Now, it's no secret, I'm a big fan of Guendouzi. I want him to stay. I think there's a real player in there in the future. Equally, I can't begrudge the club because he might, you know, become worth more in the future. But, you know, he's given all of these problems. 8 million bought for, linked with moves for 30-40 million, and or in swap deals. I can see why he's going now. It's obvious to see why he's linked with Villereal. As I said, folks, Unai Emery is the new boss. Unai Emery, you hear it, you know, used to let Guendouzi get away with a lot. And obviously Emery, you know, Emery showed a lot of faith in Guendouzi to play him to the amount he did, you know. He's made a lot of appearances for Arsenal. He's never been that sort of... He has obviously now become a squad player now and become a sort of squad out of rotation player. But there was a time he was an undoubted starter. And he did repay a lot of Emery's faith. So it's natural to see the bulk of the links. Now, he's been linked with Villarreal, a return, or better yet, be reunited with a former manager. Again, I don't know how valid these claims are, because if you're a journalist, it's an easy story to fabricate. Former manager wants to sign a former player who is put up for sale by his club. You know, it's obvious to see these links. He's been linked with a permanent move. He's been linked with a loan with an option to buy. And to be honest, you know, Villarreal could be good for him. You go to Spain, you get out of Arsenal, you get your head down, and, you know, you will be at a couple of other clubs. I do think he will play for a top European team one day if he develops. There's a player in him, but I think Guendouzi is one of them players, or he's at the stage now, he can either be very good or he's going to just float and not really hit any potential or do anything of significance. He's been linked with Barca, Juventus, Atletico, all of these teams, so they know how decent he is. I think, you know, there's many different layers of interest. I think they've probably inquired and that's where it's ended. But, you know, moving there could be good for him, you know, loan with an option to buy purchase could be good for Villarreal. You know, if we just send him there on loan and he's still wanting to leave, if he puts in better performances, it's more money for us. So we're going to have to see how that one develops, really and truly, people. But yeah, he's been linked with Villarreal and playing for his former boss, Unai Emery. So again, I'm not too sure how valid those claims are, but we'll have to see, man. And to be honest, I just want the future resolved. And for Arteta, I support it. You know, I want Guendouzi to stay, but if Guendouzi is a disruptive figure, a bad egg, you know, I'm being careful with my terminology. I'm not saying he's a bad person or poison, but, you know, a virus, you want to get out before it infects to others, you know, and you kind of have to make an example. It doesn't matter if you're a good player like Ozil, you know, won World Cup and things, or if you're fairly new in the professional game like Guendouzi. There's a certain standard you have to act at all times, and if you're not with that, whether that's, you know, how you carry yourself off the field or what I demand on it, and in training and application, all these things, keep it moving, you know. And there's some tough decisions for Arteta to make throughout the course of this pre-season and throughout his time at Arsenal, however long he stays for. But like I said, we're going to be here for a quick one. There isn't much for me more to say on that front, so I'm going to keep it moving. It's always a pleasure. People, DG, I'm out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe and share.